New environment for filming unlocked. Hey guys, I'm starting to try get a consistent upload schedule. I'm gonna upload every weekend, I think, a main video, and shorts are completely random. But I've got these 3 figures to review here, all are Bandai. I was going to include the Singular Point Godzilla figure that you can see back there, he's the blue one. But I decided not to since he is a Playmates figure, and I'm gonna dedicate a separate video to them. So for now, we're just gonna look at these guys. And I feel like it's only right we start with Ghidorah. The reason I say this is because Ghidorah here actually is the first Godzilla figure I ever got. Yeah, I was a wee lad back in the early 20 teens, as I like to call them. And I had done good at my parent-teacher conferences, so I gotta get a figure. So I chose a Ghidorah that's been around since 2014, but was somehow still on the shelves in 2016. Or at least I think it was 2016, I don't remember. But yeah, I love this Ghidorah ever since I first got it, so I'm really happy to have it. Now, I only knew till recently, this is actually the GMK Ghidorah, and one thing about that is that they're a good guy. You see, as a kid, I didn't know GMK existed, so I thought, aw, crap, I got Ghidorah, though. Now, I was Ghidorah's biggest, dick rider, if you will, or for any of the younger viewers who won't know what that means, I was his biggest fan, basically. So I was like, oh, but I don't want him to be a villain. Well, then I know GMK Ghidorah isn't a villain. Why do I think it's GMK Ghidorah? Because he doesn't fit with any of the other Ghidorahs. So. Anyways. Jeez. So close, camera-wise. You know what? I'm gonna go to a better environment real quick. Hopefully this is a bit better of quality. So, if you look up at my Ghidorah here, if it would focus. God damn it, camera. Ghidorah here has some of his nice fangs. Go up to look at that super good detail. If the camera would stop focusing on the freaking background, focus more on Ghidorah. Jeez. But you can probably see it from this awful camera. But, the sculpt is really nice, and this was part of Bandai's little wave that was released in America. I had to check to make sure this wasn't a Playmates figure, because I genuinely thought it was for a while, but I eventually found Bandai's little seal at the bottom. You can't really see it on camera, but it's there. So, I decided to include him in this video. His wings can rotate 360 if it wouldn't get caught on his stupid little tails. Hold on. Sorry about that. But yeah, they can rotate 160 degrees, and same with his tail. Oh my gosh, why is it so tight? It wasn't that tight before. Jeez. And he can even position his tail down like that so he can go. Hold on, let me get this way. So he could go like blue. Anyway, those are the only 2 points for 3 points technically if you count the other wing. I don't know why he's being so difficult right now. He usually isn't. There's something wrong with him, I guess. But yeah, he was a nice first figure. It's just probably should have got a Godzilla first. If you saw my Anguirus video, you know about that. Who we're going to review next. I know, I'm such a villain. I take off the tags. I don't like the way they are, okay? And I want to play with these figures, so I take them off. Don't worry, I have saved it. I didn't throw it away. I'm not that evil. So, Singular Point is actually one of my favorite pieces of Godzilla media. And Anguirus was actually a design I warmed up to in the show. At first I didn't really like it, but now it's really grown on me so much that I got a figure of him. He's got some really nice brushing on top. With the Singular Point figures, Bandai sort of just made a little tent for their pupil so that the shadow would go in and make it look like people. It's not picking up well on camera. I think it works best this angle, if you can see. But, it was a fun idea. I'm not sure that I love it, though. Because in some angles where there's a lot of light, it just looks wrong. The teeth and the nozzle horn are done perfectly, in my opinion. All 4 legs move. And tail rotates 360 degrees. Hold on. Jeez. What is with my figures? You know what? I'm just not even going to try. I'm sorry. But, so Ghidorah had 3 points for articulation. He had 6. Not 6, sorry. Stupid me. And he had 5. I know we wrapped up Anguirus a little quickly, but he's a vinyl. There's not really much to say. The sculpt is good. The paint is alright. I wish they would have painted these. I like the red underbelly. I feel like that's really nice. And weirdly enough for Bandai, they painted the whole tail. Shocking. But, time to move on to my favorite Bandai figure. This is the Godzilla Final Wars action figure they released in 2024. Very late 2024. I picked up mine secondhand, but he came with his blast accessory, so it doesn't really matter because he came complete, so. And the boxes weren't that great. He has 17 points for articulation, and I will show them to you now. Yeah, I did steal that. Anyways, his jaw opens and closes, but not like a meaningful amount. His head rotates at a ball joint. His hands move. His arm moves at the elbow. And over here, his feet turn. He's got knee articulation, if I can admit. That was way harder to push back in than usual, though I did get his knee to bend. And his leg also moves. I don't know what's with all my figures today. They're just so stiff today. They're usually not this stiff. What the heck happened? Probably because I haven't used them in a while. I've animated this guy a little bit on the channel. All of the animations are bad. Why don't you say we add another one real quick? Yeah, that was really bad. But, he also has a couple more points for articulation, being these 3 at the tail. So if you do tally that up, it is 17 points. He's mostly black with some nice coloring on the toes and the fingernails. He got some red eyes, just like he did in Final Wars. He's got the tongue, he's got the teeth, all painted. The dorsal plates have a nice gradient leading all the way around to the tip of the tail as they start to fade out. They didn't paint like 2 dorsal plates at the end, if you can see a little bit. So, but overall, it's definitely a solid toy. Oh, I'm sorry, action figure. But this was my review of all of my Bandai figures. I give Ghidorah like an 8 out of 10. I wish his heads moved. Or legs. Godzilla, I give a 9.8 out of 10. I feel like this is something that I didn't really mention because I didn't bring it with me. The Atomic Breath accessory. It's hard to pop it into its mouth. You sort of have to, like, pull the jaw full force, which I can't do. So. And as for Anguirus, I give him, like, a 9 out of 10. Okay, why is he higher than Ghidorah? Because he's a vinyl. Okay, Ghidorah was supposed to be like Bandai's first proper Godzilla action figures released for kids, and it wasn't done well. They later improved on it with Godzilla, who wasn't exactly released for kids, but definitely could be played with by them. But a year sort of gets a pass as he's a vinyl, and yeah, and I love Singular Point, so and I've been getting a lot more into Anguirus recently. Anguirus, if you will. So yeah, that's my review. Bye bye.